I know it. Okay. I'm sorry we're running a little bit behind today. We've been going about 100 miles an hour since 11:30 this morning. We've had a work session, so I apologize for being a few minutes late. We just got done a couple minutes ago and had to take care of Mother Nature. So appreciate everybody being here this evening. It's a beautiful day outside, even though most of us haven't seen much of it today. Thank you for taking time out of your evening to come be with us. We're just going to jump right in, and we're going to say the pledge, and I'd like to invite Mr. Agnew up here to lead that for us. So.
Thank you for standing. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, with that, we are going to officially call the meeting to order. Excuse me while I get kind of situated here. All right. First thing we need to do is, Dr. Rollins, are we good on the agenda? Do we make any changes?
Mr. President, the agenda would stand as presented.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we accept the agenda as presented.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Mrs. Cook, a second by Mr. Luttrell to accept the agenda as submitted. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. We also have the minutes from the last meeting to take a look at. Are there any changes that need to be made to those?
I move to approve the minutes as presented this evening.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Mrs. McFetridge, a second by Mrs. Cook to accept minutes from last month's meeting as submitted. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that brings us to the time of the meeting that we've set aside for any patrons out there, anybody in the community that would like to come forward and talk about anything. All we ask you to do is introduce yourself and keep it brief, and please know that there's not anything we can do about it this evening, but we'd love to hear from you if there's anybody out there that would like to say a word. Anybody? Going once, going twice? Okay. I'm going to throw it to Dr. Rollins to give a proper introduction.
Well, I would like to join our board in extending a warm welcome to everyone who's here this evening. It's great to see you. It is my pleasure to introduce our student representative. Our student representative this evening is from the Archer Student Learning Center, the Archer Learning Center, Markeith Timon Agnew. Markeith, come back if you would. And let me introduce you properly. Timon is a junior at the school. His guardian, his aunt, is Patricia McClendon. Really enjoyed meeting her earlier this evening. What a great story you have to tell. Taking care of these boys and getting them through, that's a pretty big deal, isn't it? That is great. Tim attended Jones Elementary School and Tyson Middle School. After leaving the Springdale school system for a brief period, he's returned and now attends the Archer Learning Center. He is on the Springdale High School football team. He has volunteered to serve as a mentor to a student at Lee Elementary. He's excelling in his classwork at Archer. His principal reports that he currently has an A in every class. What a great job. We're so glad to have you. We would welcome any comments that you would like to share with the board and with our audience this evening.
As he said, I attend Archer Learning Center. The hardships and adversities that I faced before I came impacted my life heavily. My mother died as I came into high school, and that was the hardest thing that I faced. Not only was I grieving, but I felt hopeless. I had goals, focuses, and dreams before she died. But at the time, I felt as if they weren't reachable, like because of the occurrences in my life, my dreams were lost. When I came to Archer, they didn't just hand me work, they focused on my dreams and my goals individually. And they helped me realize the simple things that I do along the way will carry me to the future that I seek. I'm blessed to be able to say that Archer gave me hope. When I walk into school every day, I'm not just passing time. Everything that I do throughout the day is preparing me, equipping me, and driving me to my future. It took me a while to realize it, but it's not for my parents, it's not for my administrators, but it's for myself. I want to attend college 4 years majoring in science, 4 years of medical school, and 2 years of residency for radiology. I'm surrounded by people here that want to see me reach my goals as much as I want to attain them. I'm encamped with support. People are around me who see my potential and will not allow me to be any less than my best. The vision at Archer Learning Center is to prepare me for post-secondary experiences. This summer, I am attending a medical program through MASH. I will be job shadowing doctors in the medical field as I plan on entering. And I'm blessed to be at Archer. Without their support, this would not have been possible. I finished over 5 recovery classes. I play football at Springdale High School, as was said. I'm a part of my school's prom committee. I will be mentoring a child at least soon. And my work ethic, perseverance, and integrity, I hope will carry me further. Archer doesn't just promote success in school, they promote success out of school. I get training for sports in the after-school program. I play the drums at church, and I'm even working on learning to play the guitar from a teacher at my school. My original plan was to reach enough credits to transfer, but for ample reasons, Archer is a school where I want to graduate. I'm thankful to be at Archer, and I'm thankful to be a part of Springdale School District. Thank you, guys.
Wait a minute.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine.
All right, board, does anybody have a question? Jump in there.
What position do you want?
Running back.
What do you want to do when you graduate? You said you wanted to go to a 4-year. What do you want to study, medicine? Is that
I want to do 4 years majoring in science, 4 years of medical school, and 2 years of residency for radiology.
Where do you want to start that experience at?
I don't want to go into a 4-year program too fast. I think I want to do my prerequisites at NWAC and then transfer.
Well, I'm just really proud of you, and
Thank you.
you're an amazing young man, and maybe you can share a little bit with us about mentoring a child at Lee, maybe.
Well, like I said, when I went to Springdale, when I came to Springdale, it was a lot I was going through, and a lot of times when you're going through so much, you kind of lose hope in yourself, and it takes someone to push you up and say, hey, yeah, you can do it. You know, and going to Archer, that's exactly what it was. As soon as I walked into class, first thing my teacher said is, what do you want to be? And you know, the classes that she put me in, the things that she does with me, it was all to prepare me for what I wanted to be. You know, it wasn't just a, hey, here's your work. It was, here's your work, and this is why you need to do it. This is where it's going to get you, you know. And that's kind of what I plan on doing with anyone I would ever mentor. I want to motivate them to do what they already have the love and drive to do.
Had a tough year last year, just right on the brink with the football season. How does next season look?
Well, honestly,
It's all the serious stuff. I want to hear some buts.
honestly, I think we'll have a pretty good team this year. I think as far as any football team, it's not just about talent, it's about hard work, and it's about coming together as a team, you know? And all of us on the football team, we've all knew each other before we ever got to football. Every single one of them. I can name so many of them that I went to elementary school with. So that brotherhood, you know, bringing us together, that's what we'll take out onto the field, is that love for football and that love for each other, and that's what will take us through.
You know, one time Dr. Rollins and I were visiting something with someone, and he had questions about the importance of extracurricular activities, sports, band, debate. And I told him, I said, I bet you could go to every CEO in Northwest Arkansas, and they would have been a leader on their athletic team, on their debate class, or in the band. And I love hearing what you said about the team. That is super important.
Yes, sir. I believe it takes leaders, you know, and it's not just one person or two people. If everyone steps up and think of themselves as leaders, that's what will bring that drive.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
we really appreciate you being here. I haven't gotten to know you, but I've gotten to know several of Patricia's kids and adopted kids. She's an amazing woman.
She is.
And you seem to have everything going for you. You're well-spoken, put together well. I mean, I have no doubt that you're going to achieve everything you want to achieve. So
Thank you.
appreciate you being here, and good luck to you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, what a great way to start our meeting this evening. Dr. Morledge, if you would, please come forward. And I know you've got a special introduction to make as well. Looking forward to meeting these young people.
You know, we start our children early, learning to talk to officials and learn things, ask questions, and to not be afraid of things. And Mrs. Amelia Williams, who is bringing her children up here, and let me just add this. If you're ever having a really stressful day, go to a pre-K classroom. There's nothing that will cheer you up faster than a pre-K classroom. But I'm not going to steal Miss Williams' thunder, but I do want you to be able to view a couple of videos. She and her children made one, and a very, very special person made the other. Not that they aren't very, very special. They're all very special.
Hi, good afternoon.
Aye.
When teaching my students about community and government, I was sharing with them what a governor was, how he tries to better our lives and better our state. I checked for understanding by asking them, what is a governor? I got a few of these responses.
He's like the president for Arkansas.
And
He's a leader.
still others said things like,
He's the man that smiles on his pictures.
he's a man that smiles in all of his pictures. Then I asked, do you think Governor Hutchinson would listen to you? I was really surprised to hear their responses. Some just shook their heads, and others said very loudly,
I ever do that?
yes.
Yes.
The most encompassing response came from Scarlett, who said,
Yes, we are kids and we live here too.
this sparked a teachable moment. I had them brainstorm questions, and I sat with them one-on-one, and we wrote them down. And then I thought, well, why stop there? I decided to film them asking their questions and send it to Governor Hutchinson, which I promised to do to each of my students. Not all of them wanted to be in front of the camera, but all of them were included in some capacity that day. But little did I know that the video we made would be shown to the governor during his morning staff meeting with over 50 people in attendance. I received an email with a video response, and I received letters signed by the governor in the mail for all of my students. I was able to share this with our students and show them at such a young and precious age that they were heard and they were cared about. I think that our governor believes as we do, and all voices matter, and all means all. Thank you for your time, and please enjoy the videos. Hello, Governor Hutchinson. I am Amelia Williams, and I am a pre-K teacher at Knapp Elementary in Springdale, Arkansas. We have been studying state government, and my students have a few questions to ask you.
Hi, I'm Scarlett. Do you go to church? Hi, I'm Leona. Do you go to fancy dinners?
Hi, I'm Cody.
Hi.
Say, when is your birthday?
I told you my birthday. Kiss.
Say, hi, I'm Nicholas.
I'm Kiss.
Do you
Do you
like
like
to play
play
outside?
outside?
Say, hi, I'm Asher.
I am also.
What kind of car
What kind of car
do you have?
do you have?
Good job.
Hi, I'm Eli. Do you wear a purple tie?
Very good.
Hi, I'm Joseph. Do you have a cat?
Hi, I'm Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel. Do you go to the dentist?
Do you go to the dentist?
Hi, I'm Cameron. Do you care about me? Yes.
Bye. Keep going. Thank you for your time. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.
Hi, this is Governor Asa Hutchinson. To the students of Miss Williams' pre-K class, thank you for making such a wonderful video for me. I love to see students like you asking questions and learning new things every day. Here's a few of my answers. Growing up in Gravett, a small town near Springdale, I loved being outdoors. Today, I enjoy hiking with my wife, First Lady Susan Hutchinson, and backpacking with my 5 grandchildren. The First Lady and I have 4 children and a rescue cat named Snowflake. The First Lady often picks out my ties because she has a great sense of style. And yes, I like purple ties, as you can see, and on the night I was elected governor, I wore a purple tie. My favorite sports are basketball and golf, and my birthday is on December 3rd, which I spend with friends and family. I drive a trusty red pickup that has nearly 200,000 miles on it, but it still runs like it's brand new. Sometimes I drive it to visit family and go to the dentist and attend church. My faith is very important to me. The First Lady and I regularly attend church at Emmanuel Baptist in Little Rock and First Baptist in Rogers. And we often visit churches around the state. We enjoy attending dinners with people across Arkansas and raising awareness and money for important issues like helping children. Again, thank you for the opportunity to answer your questions, and I encourage each of you to continue to seek knowledge and learn all you can. And remember, keep asking questions.
Do we want to have parents say?
Yeah, parents, wave, all the parents. Thanks for being
Yay,
here.
thank you.
Good job.
Very nice. I love that I get to follow that adorableness, right? And we love that our governor participated in that. That was wonderful. Dr. Rollins, I would like to ask Miss Darlene Paul to come up, who is the president of Springdale PTA Council. She is going to recognize the district students who won awards in the annual Reflections competition that's sponsored by the Arkansas PTA. So, Ms. Paul?
Thank you. This is This is quite an honor to be here to do this. It's a little bit awkward to have all these people to my back, so I'm going to scooch just to the side just a little bit. I'm Daylene Paul. I am the City Council PTA president this year, and one of the things we really wanted to promote was the PTA Reflections Contest. That's a national contest, state level, and then council level, and then at the individual school level. So what our goal was to really promote this program, and the theme this year was amazing. It was, what's your story? And you can't beat that as far as asking all of these children. We've heard some wonderful stories here today already. And so to ask people to submit artwork, photography, literature, dance choreography, music composition, all under the auspice of what's your story. So if I could have you all, when you hear Are we back? Okay. When you hear your name, if you'll come forward down here and stand by the podium. And parents, if you're here as well, when you hear your child's name, if you'll stand up where you are so we can recognize you as well. One of the things I wanted to make a point of saying is this year we had 179 total entries for this program, which was roughly 60 more than we had last year. So I do think we made great strides in making sure that the word got out to all of the right people in the right schools to try to increase our entries. Just real quickly, 13 of those were from Elmdale, 6 from Lee, 80 from Shaw. School of Innovation had 7. Turnbow had 3. Tyson Elementary had 50. Westwood Elementary had 3. And Young Elementary had 17. So those are some pretty amazing numbers. Okay, here we go. Special artist, all grades, visual arts. First place at the district level went to Tom Wallace from John Tyson Elementary, The Trees. K2 primary photography, first place at the district level was Natalie Athey from Young Elementary, Foster Favorite. And Natalie also won first place at the state level as well. Second place for photography, K2, was Dax Beam, Willis Shaw Elementary, Colored Sunset. Third place was Allison Athey, Young Elementary, Layla My Baby. And she also won second place at the state level. K2 primary literature, first place, Natalie Athey, Young Elementary, My Journey of Having Foster Care Children. Second place, Gibson Green, Willis Shaw Elementary, Hunting. Gibson also was the first place state winner. Third place was Drew Evans from Tyson Elementary for Penguins. Let's see, Drew. K2 primary visual arts, first place went to Paisley Sprouse, Bernice Young Elementary for Dancing in Nature. And Paisley was also an honorable mention at the state level. Second place went to Eli Bass, John Tyson Elementary for Meanie Cat Rocks. Third place, Lucy Shacklet, Tyson Elementary, I Am the Light. K2 dance choreography, first place, Charlie McCaslin, Shaw Elementary, Scars to Your Beautiful. Charlie also won second place at the state level. Second place at the district level was Kaylin Berry from Shaw Elementary, First Time in Forever, a ballet dance. And Kaylin also won first place at the state level. Third place was Sophie Hooper, Tyson Elementary, Following My Dreams. Sophie also won honorable mention at the state level. Music composition, first place, Eli Bass, Tyson Elementary, My Cat. Second place, Tristan Jones Burnett, Willis Shaw Elementary, Awesome Song. K2, film production, first place goes to Karis Schutz from Bernice Young Elementary, My Homeless Help. And Karis also won first place at the state level. This is 3 through 5 intermediate. Photography, first place at the district level was Sophie Dossett, Young Elementary for Grandpa's Tractor. Second place was Madeline Bishop, John Tyson Elementary, The Blue Doors. Third place, Benjamin Walker, John Tyson Elementary, It's All in the Eyes. For 3rd through 5th photography at the state level, Lily Potter from Bernice Young Elementary was first, and Hayden Faubus from Bernice Young Elementary was third at the state level for photography. Literature, first place for the district was Josie Schuler, Willis Shaw Elementary, for My Diagnosis. Second place was Jamie Segunyes, Tyson Elementary. Ooh, I should have gotten some help on that. For Freedom. Third place, Dayanara Rodriguez, Elmdale Elementary, for Responsible, with several question marks. Visual Arts, first place at the district level, Anna Welton, Tyson Elementary, for Autumn Barn. Second place, Tate Beam, Willis Shaw Elementary, for Duck Life. Third place, Hayla Leak from Bernice Young Elementary, for Be Yourself. Dance choreography, 3 through 5, first place, David Akai, Lee Elementary, for Stomp Dance. Second place, Kobach Lanky from Lee Elementary, for Stomp Dance. Third place, Lily Pope, Bernice Young Elementary, When a Heart Breaks. Lily also won second place at the state level. And we have Blakely Pope, also from Young Elementary, won first place in at the state level. Film production, first place, Alexandria Terrell, Young Elementary, A Fostered Life. Alexandria also won first at the state level. Middle school, visual arts, first place went to Rachel Penderson from School of Innovation, for goals, accomplishments, and memories. Second place went to Lily Brewer, School of Innovation, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. High School Visual Arts, first place went to Sandra Palacios, School of Innovation, A Lost Friendship. Second place went to Dylan Moss, School of Innovation, Reflection. Third place went to Christina Martinez, School of Innovation, My Art, Draw. So I'm not sure, I couldn't tell if parents stood up. Parents, if you're here with your child, could you stand up really quickly so we could recognize? I know that we certainly appreciate all that it takes for these kids to succeed, and we know that you have a huge part in that. So we certainly appreciate all you did for that. I would mention that the names I read off that won at the state level, there was a state PTA Reflections ceremony. So you'll see some of these kids with the medals that they got when they went to that ceremony. That was in Jonesboro this year. We at the district level have a reflections reception that we will also do with our volunteer banquet. And so I'd like to take this opportunity to invite the board to that. We're going to be doing that April 25th from 6 to 8 at the School of Innovation, where we're going to really celebrate the accomplishments of these guys with their artwork and their literature and their choreography and their film production. So we'd love to have you there for that if you're available. And we already have the theme for next year, so we're excited to see this program expand. So great job, guys.
Good job.
We appreciate all of y'all being here, and real quick, and this is Paul, thank you for everything you do. Before I got into the school board, I was on the city-wide PTA, and it's a thankless job. So I want to take this just a minute to say thank you. You seem to be right on top of it. I think when we were doing this, there might have been 15 entries. You've got hundreds of entries, so that's awesome. So thanks for everything you do. And I noticed we do have one very distinguished grandfather here also that needs a little recognition. He's kind of a special guy to this city. He's kind of the president of Springdale, sort of. The mayor, Mr. Doug Sprouse, I want to recognize him real quick. Thank you. Good job. All right. Good job, guys.
You forgot the first lady.
Oh, and the first lady of Springdale's here too, yes.
Thank y'all. Glad to have you.
Good job, everybody.
Good to see you.
That cleared out the room. Don't feel bad, Jim. About 30 minutes they'll be walking out on me now. Yeah. All right.
Appreciate you.
Mr. President, it is my pleasure to introduce our athletic director, Coach Wayne Stellick, for another very special recognition.
Dr. Rollins, school board. I'm not sure what Danny's doing over there, but he's focused on something. That's good. Appreciate the opportunity to celebrate another one of our teams. If I may, a bit of a historical right now. Back in October of 2011, the board passed an allocation to fund the Harbor track. And in February of 2012, our construction team began the process of moving dirt at the Harbor track. Up to that point, between Harbor and Springdale, we have no knowledge no information of a state track championship. We hired Coach Hall as a SPED teacher at HAR-BER, and also to coach track. And when you get to know Coach Hall, he's a man of many words. And he just says, Coach, you give me a couple of years, we're going to win here. We're going to win. And so the first year he's coaching track, we're at Southwest at the Joe Roberts track. We won what we think is the first boys track championship for HAR-BER High School, the Joe Roberts Invitational. Later the next year, we opened up the track at HAR-BER High School, and I was not there. Randy was. We were both at Conway because of the snow at the state basketball. We're down there. Dr. Rollins and Dr. Compton are at the track, and they're calling me, these people, they're everywhere. They're parked everywhere. You might recall that conversation. I recall it quite well. And so we learned a lot at that track meet. But since then, Coach Hall's come in. He sits in the lunchroom with his class every day. He'll walk around. You might be a jumper. You might be a thrower. You might run the quarter. He's went from 40-some kids on the team to 90-some. We're connecting with our kids. And so this past February 4th at the University Indoor Track, the HAR-BER track team led by Coach Hall won what we believe is our first state track championship. Please welcome the HAR-BER track team and Coach Hall.
Yeah, you got me. You got me. As you say, I am a man of many words. Before I get into anything, I would like for my boys to introduce themselves and what event that they actually run and compete in. So,
my name is Peyton Kofer. I run the spring events, 60 meter, 100 meter, and 200 meter dashes.
My name is Tevin Eckwood. I run the 400, 4x4, 200.
My name is Vontarius Ware, and I did high jump and 200.
My name is Brighton Cook. I do the hurdles, 100 meter, 200 meter dash, long jump, and triple jump.
My name is Trey Smith. I run the 100, 200, 4x1, and long jump.
My name is Chase Martin, and I do long jump and triple jump.
My name is Jaden, and I run 400 and 4x4.
My name is Johnny Rodriguez, and I throw shot and discus.
My name is Ethan Carney. I do 4x8, 800, 4x4, and 400.
My name is Caleb Edwards. I run 4x8, 400, 200, 4x4.
My name is Grayson Gupton, and I do triple jump.
This is almost the whole track team that actually competed for the state meet. I think we had 22 guys that competed. It was one of those meets where not everybody got first place. And I think that's what made it more special than anything. Out of 15 events, we had 2 that actually placed first. Other than that, everybody was hitting second, third, second, fifth, fourth, and fifth. And we were literally doubling up on points. And at the end of the day, I think we ended up winning by almost 40 points, 42 points. So it was definitely an exciting moment. Like I told the guys, you can never forget this moment because I think this was the first time it's ever happened, and we heard about a passing of one of our past athletes at that time, and so we went after it to win it for him, Noah Anthony. So we ordered the rings and everything, and then we put in memory of Noah Anthony on the inside just to have a memory of him. Also have one for his mom to have also. That's no word that can describe these guys behind me and the ones that came and kind of set the tone for where we are today. Right now we're on track to potentially win conference and outdoor state this year. And if we can just stay healthy and keep working week in, week out to get better, from the morning practices to even the morning in the rain practice. They do whatever it takes to get it done, and we're looking to bring home more hardware, as I told Coach Stellick when we first started this thing. So.
Coach John McDonald won a whole lot of meets coming in second, third, second, third, second, third.
Yeah, I mean that's the key. It's great to get first. But if I can get 2 or 3 guys to get second and third, I'm going to score more than that guy that got first. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what happened. A lot of teams got first, but I think once we got into the sprints, I think Dr. Brackett, he told me when he hired me, said that I had to have field events and distance runners to win, and he said I proved him wrong because we won it with field events and sprints. So, thank you.
How many seniors are on the team?
There were actually 10 seniors that competed at the state meet. There's actually 10 total seniors that we have on the track team. 12. We have 12 seniors on the track team right now, so we're really young. We're looking to make a run for years to come, bring home some more state championships.
Coach, come right around here. Let's get a picture of these guys. Congratulations.
Squeeze in a little bit. Great. That's right. Be happy. Okay, let's be happy. We won.
I think it looks serious.
Great.
Good job, guys.
Great job.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for coming in tonight.
Any parents here or just the kids? All right. Good luck.
Good evening, Dr. Rollins, members of the board. As you know, we focus on building community partners. And tonight, I would like to recognize the partnership that we have with Northwest Arkansas Community College. They do such amazing work with the Springdale Public Schools, from scholarship nights. They attend all of our college fairs, which, by the way, are increasing every single year. They help with FAFSA. They also come in to the schools at lunchtime and set up tables and talk about what opportunities they have. But tonight we'd like to focus on the concurrent classes that students take and the success we've had. So at this time I would like to introduce Mr. Jorge Amaral. He could come forward, please. He is the Director of Early College Experience, and he's going to recognize 18 outstanding HAR-BER High School and Springdale High School students, and they're raising scholars.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jorge Amaral, and I'm the Director of Early College Experience at Northwest Arkansas Community College. And I would like to ask these students to join us here in front. If you would, please. Let's see, Don Cole, Carlos Garcia, Naragon Hashim, Abby Combs, Haley Dugan, Nadia Ray, Adelaine Villanazul, and then from HAR-BER we have Lydia Arnold, James Elmore, Sarah English, Jamie Fisher, Chelsea Greeton, Destiny Harp, Colin Kozak, Elise Lindsay, Olivia Ozier, Ashton Sadler, and Micah Witchen. Northwest Arkansas Community College Rising Scholars recognizes students who have excelled in concurrent courses at our campus. The students can take these classes at our campus through Early College Experience, which is our high school-based concurrent program, or through NTI Secondary Career Center, which is another partnership that we have. And to receive this award, the graduating seniors must enroll in at least 12 college credits and maintain a 3.0 GPA at our college. And these students are going to receive their awards and all the hardware and stuff at the award ceremonies at their respective schools. But at this time, I would like to ask you and help me recognize the outstanding achievements. So thank you. Thank you, students. Great. Thank you. And also, because the schools, Springdale High School and HAR-BER High School, because more than 10% of the students who participate in this program have received this award, I would like to thank both principals of the schools for the continued support to our program, but also for helping the students achieve more. And so at this time, I would like to ask Mr. Jenks and Dr. Brackett, if you could join me and receive this token of appreciation. I hope I give it right. Springdale. I'm very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Springdale Schools, and thank you, all principals and everybody who's involved in this program, but especially thank you to the students, because you are the reason why we do what we do, and we appreciate and recognize your achievements.
Could we take just a moment and let them talk to us about maybe their major, what they're thinking about? Did y'all do that?
Sure.
Tell us what classes you took.
Yeah.
Jump in there. Go ahead. There you go.
Hi, my name is Haley Dugan. I took Comp 1 and 2 and College Algebra, and I'm currently taking Finite.
What are you planning on doing?
I plan on going to the University of Arkansas and majoring in business, and hopefully, going down that road.
Hi, I'm Nadia Ray, and I took Comp 1 and 2 and College Algebra and Finite, and then I also have a credit for passing AP Lang, so I have that college credit as well, and I plan to go to UCA and major in business management with a specialty in accounting.
My name is Adilene Villanazul, and so far I have taken Composition 1 and 2, Finite Math, College Algebra, and Public Speaking through their online course as well. I'm going to start off at NWAC in the fall and want to have a bachelor's degree from the University of Arkansas in Information Systems.
My name's Dawn Cole, and I've taken psychology, college algebra, English 1 and 2, and I plan on going to UCA and going on to get a master's in occupational therapy.
Hi, my name is Narigan Hashim. I took Comp 1 and 2, College Algebra, and I am currently in College Trig. I'm going to be going to NWAC to get my prerequisites, and then going to go into the nursing program to become a labor delivery nurse.
Okay, hi, I'm Abby Combs, and I took College Comp 1 and 2, and then I took College Algebra, and I'm currently in College Trig. I plan on going to Missouri State University in the fall, where I will major in kinesiology and exercise movement with an emphasis on physician assistant program.
Hi, I'm Destiny Harb. I have completed Comp 1 and Algebra. I'm currently in Comp 2 and Finite. I am going to the University of Arkansas in the fall, where I will major in general business.
Hi, I'm Elise Lindsay. I took College Algebra, College Trigonometry, and I'm in College Composition 1 and 2. And I plan on going to the University of Arkansas to major in biology, and I will continue on to a 4-year college to continue that in medical school, and then in turn to become a neurosurgeon.
Well, we appreciate all of y'all being here, and you've got a jump start on everybody else. So congratulations for that, and good luck with everything you want to do.
Thank you. Some pictures, please.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's okay.
Take care of my board.
Oh, that's very nice.
Is anybody else
Oh.
cold?
I'm telling you.
They're all looking at me like I'm nuts.
That is so nice.
I can't think when I'm cold.
I just want to mention something about that, what just happened, but when these young individuals earn 12 or more credit hours with a 3.0 or higher on their GPA, they are setting themselves up for college and being successful in college and have already earned these credits. And as expensive as college could be, this is some fundamental things that Springdale school districts are doing to help support students in their classes after high school. So I'm very proud of this, and I know that program with the support of Northwest Arkansas Community College is just going to continue to grow. So I'm very excited about that. The next item is item 2E and E2 and E3, which are kind of grouped together. But I want to paint a little bit of a picture for you. Last month, we recognized the elementary schools, and this month we are recognizing the secondary schools for the Outstanding Educational Performance Awards. So founded in 2003, the aim of the Office of Education Policy, also known as OEP, their goal is to highlight educational excellence. And in 2015-16 academic school year, students underwent a lot of different changes in the assessment. As you recall, they started out with benchmark and EOCs. Then it quickly turned into the PARCC assessment. And then after a year of that, it went into the ACT Aspire. And now we are getting ready to start testing this week, actually on the ACT Aspire for a second year. So some great things have happened in some of the results out of this. At this time, I would like to recognize two schools, and this is for their statewide overall high achieving. So if I could please have Central Junior High, Dr. Greep, come forward, please. And also Hellstern Middle School, Dr. Todd Lofton, please come forward. And I want to tell you about what their schools have accomplished. Central Junior High was honored as being one of the top 20 junior highs in the state of Arkansas. And I want to actually narrow it down. It wasn't just one of the top 20. He actually was ranked 14th in the state of Arkansas for their performance. And it was the overall performance on the ACT Aspire assessment. So top 14 in the state of Arkansas for that. Hellstern Middle School also was categorized in that top 20, but they were ranked number 13th in the state for overall ACT achievement. And this is something that is truly, truly remarkable. So I want to thank them for their hard work. No, please stay, please stay, please stay. And then also, item number 3 is the beating the odds. And so if you think about beating the odds and what that means, what this is referring to is we actually have schools that are achieving at high levels, but they also have some diversity that they have. And so a school that is over 60%, 66% free and reduced and actually has these high achievements are also known as beating the odds. And so at this time, I would like Helen Tyson Middle School to please come forward, Ms. McConnell. Ms. McConnell's school won the Beating the Odds in ELA. Congratulations. And I'd also like to have Ms. Tischer from Southwest Junior High please come forward. And I hope I can list all of hers. Her school received 4. They received the overall Beating the Odds, ELA Beating the Odds, Math Beating the Odds, and of course Science Beating the Odds. So these schools have done phenomenal things, and if you think about what they're here for, we know that this is not just something they do. This is the leadership that they lead in their buildings, and it's the transformation of the teachers and the instruction that they provide at that student level. This could not be done without them. But in addition to that, this occurred during some major testing changes. So they are to be commended for their hard work, and we really appreciate them. So item F, I'm going to start, and Dr. Morledge is going to chime in just a minute. But if you'll notice the item on the agenda, it's asking us to look at some great things happening in the school. So this is a very, very exciting moment for Springdale schools, and you'll hear why in just a minute. But before we start, I'd like to kind of paint a picture and lead up to the excitement that I think Dr. Morledge is going to help me celebrate. So ADE in 2011 identified students in certain areas, and some of those students, or some of those schools were identified as focus schools. In order to exit being a focus school, they had to have achievement for 2 consecutive years. Now, at this time, you have to realize we went through 3 different types of assessments. We went from benchmark and EOCs to the PARCC exam, and during that transition period, we also had a change of paper and pencil into computers. So that meant we were having to teach 2 things, the content and also the skills that students needed to be successful using technology. And then, of course, that was a phenomenal year, and then quickly the next year we changed into ACT Aspire. And in that time, the content changed slightly as well. During those conversations with administrators, they were like, we need to really get focused on what we're doing. And one of the calming things that Dr. Rollins always said to the teachers was this: we have a standard that we're expected to teach. If we teach to those standards, we have quality curriculum and the most phenomenal instruction, we will be successful. And so that is exactly what happened. So I'd like Dr. Morledge to please come forward and do the quick celebrations.
Dr. Smith and I are a tag team. So I would like to invite a couple of principals back up here. Dr. Griep and Ms. Tischer, if you'll come. And also if Ms. Childers, if you'll join us as well. All 3 of these schools, Central Junior High, Southwest Junior High, and Monitor Elementary, achieved exactly what Dr. Smith was talking about. They met, they've been declared achieving schools for 2 years in a row, and they are no longer focus schools.
Just a little bit about the road to get there, if you don't mind. So we were just recently recognized as having them now being an achieving school. At the end of last year, they had actually met the requirements, but the state of Arkansas kind of put a freeze on where the students would be, or the schools would be, excuse me. They put a freeze. And so because of that freeze, even though the schools know that they had performed at the level that was expected from the State Department, they still continue to remain on this focus, which means they were still required to do all the additional information and support that goes with an instruction, or with a focus school. In the meantime, both Southwest and Central were to be awarded rewards money. And you get that rewards money because you are truly some of the top performing schools in the state of Arkansas. Unfortunately, they were not able to get that because they were deemed focus. And so they said, if you're focused, you don't receive that. So with a few calls from some of our great leaders in our district, and Melody and Dr. Slocum, I think there was some consideration, and through the federal changes allowing schools to really look at that, they were able to come back, and I think in January really looked at how can that possibly be. We have some of the highest achieving schools, and yet we're not letting them off focus. And they made the decision based on metrics that have been provided that these schools truly did deserve to be off focus status and be an achieving school. So I know it was a long road and they put in a lot of work, but it is amazing. So you guys are to be commended for your work. And please pass that on to your teachers and your students.
Great.
I know that tonight we've had a chance to see several of our students who are competing across the district at very high levels, and I've got two groups tonight that I want to make sure I get to showcase, because when we talk about real-world skills, when we talk about competition, our kids across the district are absolutely leading the way. I'd like to start with Miss Leo Lynch and Miss Lana Mills and the members of HOSA from Springdale High and HAR-BER High School.
Good job.
See, if we'd gone first, we'd have had a lot more chairs to go around.
Great job.
Thank you, Joe. So we kind of have a few changes. You see that our kids are wearing scrubs this year because we also have added a clinical medical internship class this year, and this is their uniform that they're wearing out in the community. So that's kind of why I had them said, some of you wear that so that they can see when you see us out in that, you'll know what in the world are those kids doing in your doctor's office. That's what they're there for. But Angie Castor is here with us, and she joined our team this year as well. So she and Debbie Davis and I took about 33 kids down to the state competition, and we were in 18 events. And we're very proud of their work ethic and how they represented not just HAR-BER, but the Springdale schools. And we had quite a few awards, so I don't know if you want them to say, or, because this could take forever with all of our kids, I think. But we had quite a few. We actually have a few missing tonight just because we have some at work, another one at Skills USA, competition back in Hot Springs again, and so we kind of have kids all over the place, I guess
Well,
you would say.
take a moment. If they came prepared, we want to hear from them. So let us.
All right,
let's-
okay. I'm Maggie Welsh. Here, we can pass it down and y'all say what you competed in.
I'm Maggie Welsh, and I was in a team of us four, and we did creative problem solving.
I'm Nicole Dominguez. Leslie Koger.
Brandon Simmons. I'm Josh Land, and I competed in biomedical laboratory science.
I'm Zach McCash, another student, and I competed in forensic medicine.
I'm Caroline Lonneman, and I competed in the medical reading.
I'm Christina Trexler, and I had a team for Hostable.
I'm Maria Pratt, and I also did Hostable.
I'm Maddie White, and this is my partner Destiny, and we competed in the public service announcement, and we won first place 2 years in a row. I'm Destiny. I already said that.
Hi, I'm Lana Mills, and I'm the sponsor, as well as Cheryl McLeod is over here, and she's the sponsor of Springdale High. We took down 31 students, and I would also like to add that this year at HOSA was one of the largest HOSAs this year, and we had over 700 students that we competed in across the state. So I'm very proud of all of our students across Springdale. It was over, I believe, 300 more students this year than last year. So we did have a large number of students that we competed against. Here you go.
My name is Brianna Valenzuela. I competed in creative problem solving. And this is my teams. These two and the one at the end, we got second place.
Okay, my name is Spencer Chang, and I competed in creative problem solving.
My name is Fatima Alba, and I competed in creative problem solving too.
My name is Cassidy Magnuson. Us three competed in creative problem solving, and we got third place. Hi, I'm Abby Combs, and I competed in creative problem solving.
He did.
My name is Leslie Rodriguez. I also competed in creative problem solving, and we got we competed in creative problem solving, and I also went to competition last year, and I got first place with my last year crew. Yeah.
My name is Brazaldo Calzada. I received first place in dental terminology.
My name is Oscar Rivas, and I did health education with the two girls over there. And is Rosalind not here? And we're missing someone. And we got second place.
Hello, my name is Ashley Morris, and I placed second in pathophysiology.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Yalma Cifuentes, and I placed first in research, writing, and speaking.
Hello, my name is Daniela Alvarado, and I competed in CPR and first aid with my partner, and we got third place.
Hello, my name is Giselle Perez, and I competed in first aid and CPR.
Hi, my name is Sofia Fernandez, and I competed in health education.
Hi, my name is Yamalet Lopez, and I also compete in health education.
Hello, my name is Clinton. I competed in creative problem solving. Thank you.
I was going to say, we were just discussing the fact that Springdale schools swept creative problem solving. So we got first, they got second, third. So it was all Springdale. So we do have problem solvers. We may not be able to say it, but we can.
Beautiful,
Great
beautiful.
job, everybody. Anybody's parents here? Parents? A few? Good job. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Great job, y'all. Congratulations, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you. I know.
And while we're clearing the room from one, we might as well bring up another group. I'd like to introduce Ms. Andrea Edmondson and Ms. Brittany Berry of Lakeside Junior High and Helen Tyson Middle School's East programs, who were both finalists for the State Founders Award in our East competition that we just had 2 weeks ago. Look at what they're surrounded.
All right, so I have tonight with me Haley Greer and Mackenzie Brown. Both these students presented for our team for the East Founders Award. They'll talk a little bit about just their experience in East, and I'm just really proud of both the girls. This was our third year up for the award. The last 2 years they came away with the East Founders Award for Project Sophistication. So kind of a runner-up award. And this year we came home at least with a different one and came home with the East Founders Award for Student Growth. And as a teacher, that's the most valuable one to me, because the fact that they could go in and discuss and prove all of the amazing work that they've done and how it's growing students not only in our East program, but the students and the lives that they touch every day with the projects. To me, that's as valuable as any award that they can win, so I'll let them share their experience. And then they also have for you, if you're interested, and they can go ahead and pass them out, and hearing about our East program or any of the others, all of the programs will be at Springdale High School from 5 to 7 this Thursday out in the Rotunda with their conference booths. And we invite anyone in the community to come out and hear about the wonderful work that the students have done and are doing to benefit their schools and our community. So I'll pass the microphone off to Haley and Mackenzie.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Brown. And I'm Haley Greer. This is my second year in East, and I have had the opportunity to participate in numerous projects, and I have accomplished a great deal. I have become quite good at videography and photography, and I enjoy it a lot.
This is also my second year in East, and I too have been able to be a part of a lot of projects. I have spent the majority of my time working with GIS and have fallen in love with it.
Our East program has affected my life in many ways. It has given me so many opportunities I never thought I would have. East has made me more aware of the problems in my school and my community because I know I have a chance to take on those problems and fix them.
East has given me the opportunity to teach other kids and adults about what I've learned and to engage in areas I am passionate about. This year, Haley and I got the opportunity to present the founder's speech, and we really enjoyed the chance to let everyone know what Helen Tyson Middle School has been doing over the past year. We didn't win the overall Founders, but we were able to win another award, the Founders Award for Student Growth. Mackenzie and I will definitely never forget our 2017 East Conference experience. Thank you.
I'm Andrea Edmondson from Lakeside Junior High School. This was our first year as a chance at a Founders Finalist. And as part of that process, we have to show that we have projects in community and collaboration, project sophistication, and in student growth. These students had to do a lot of work in putting that together. And so I'm going to let them share a little bit about some of our projects.
My name is Emily Lauder, and this is Junior Roman.
One of my projects that I've done in the year is the Child Care Club, where we got to partner up with the Child Care Aware of Northwest Arkansas, and they help us teach other students in our school over healthy snacks, entertainment, discipline, and many other things. This project has helped me because I have learned how to take care of my siblings and other kids around me.
We actually are holding an event this Saturday at our school, Lakeside. This is the BU conference. What that started, it started with a group of girls wanting to go to college but not sure how to get there. So we ended up partnering with the Northwest Arkansas Tobacco and Drug-Free Coalition because they had the same idea in mind of helping teens get to college, and so we ended up partnering with them and holding this event. It's just going to allow allow teens all over Springdale to get the chance to learn about opportunities and how to get in colleges and stuff. Thank you.
So I want to start by telling you that we have an absolutely amazing focus session tonight, and I want to emphasize it truly is an amazing focus session. So Dr. Slocum said, "It is so amazing, say it twice," and so I'm taking her advice on that. So tonight we're going to focus on the gifted and talented programs in our district. We're also going to look at advanced placement, our international baccalaureate, Don Tyson School of Innovation pathways, and we're also going to talk a little bit about the Duke TIP, which is the feeder into our national merit. Just as a reminder, in front of you, you should see an index card with a pin. So we're going to ask that if you have any questions, to please feel free to fill it out, and we will make sure we get those responses back to you as quickly as possible. As you listen to the things that are going to be presented tonight, I'm going to ask you to focus on two things. I would like you to listen as the people talk and as you listen through the videos about the word personalization and how we're doing that in our district. But in addition to that, I want you to listen to the data, the statistical information that's going to be provided. I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised about the growth that Springdale has had when we look at these advanced programs. At this time, I would like Ms. Vanderspicken. She is our GT District Coordinator to please come forward, and she's going to start tonight's presentation.
State Standard 8.0 says that every district in the state of Arkansas should offer a comprehensive program K through 12. So it's a journey K through 12, and it really is a myth that GT, or gifted and talented, ends at elementary, because it's under the umbrella of K-12 gifted ed. And every district must base this or focus it on the personalization of students' interests, their abilities and their curricular needs. And then, of course, last but not least, the resources that we have in our district and the funding that we receive. Quick illustration, I have two sons who went through Springdale schools. They went K through 12, started at Tawnytown, went to Walker, Southwest, and graduated from Springdale High. One was identified gifted and talented, and one was not. They did equally well. Why? Why did they do equally well? Because of this slide. Because of the great program options that we offer that no other surrounding district or district in the state offers what we do through secondary. So I really want you to look at this slide because it is simply amazing what Springdale does, the Springdale way. If you ask most people, how do you serve your bright, gifted kids at secondary, they will say advanced placement. We started with advanced placement 32 years ago when I first worked with Catherine McDuffie and Dr. Rollins. So we were always rock solid with advanced placement. So look at this. K-1 enrichment, whole classroom. We have licensed teachers who go in and teach once a month, critical thinking, creative thinking. We have a culminating stick horse rodeo in a couple weeks that no one else in the state has, thanks to Dr. Rollins' involvement on the rodeo board and Joe Rollins. We have grade 2 through 5 send-out instruction, cluster classes of choice, grades 6 and 7. And then look at secondary, pre-AP, advanced placement, international baccalaureate, academy choices, concurrent classes you heard about tonight, academic competitions, School of Innovation, and acceleration. There's not another district in the state, because I sit on those state and regional meetings, that offers all of these things. So it really is our curriculum strength. K through 10 teachers met on an afternoon. We paired a teacher who had never written a Donors Choose grant with a teacher who had, and they wrote 25 new curriculum lessons, original lessons of their choice in social studies and economics. And they received $24,000 from Donors Choose within 2 to 3 months completion of those. And the win-win was that they received classroom materials and supplies of their choice, their choosing. I didn't direct what they wrote other than just support them with economic concepts if they needed it. They got to choose and they got to write. Is that not phenomenal for our staff? Partnerships are resource multipliers. If you think about each academic year, I challenge teachers to do what I need to do also, is to form one new community business partnership every year. So this year we formed 25 new partnerships through business and community. And tonight we'd like to highlight, because of scarcity of time, we just chose 2 at elementary, but JV Manufacturing first on the list. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about coding experiences and technology, which is a initiative with our governor, Asa Hutchinson. And so I want you to look at those partnerships for just a brief minute and think about our Renzulli model is inclusive rather than exclusive. The state says we must serve 5%. Dr. Rollins has always encouraged us to serve more. We serve at least 10 to 12% of our students in gifted ed. And we have type 1 speakers come into all of the buildings from the business, whether it's Real World Wednesdays or special speakers on Friday, but they come in and enrich the lives of our students in a great way. And so we have sustainable partnerships, 25 new, and the audio clip that I'm so proud to share with you tonight is first of all from Diane Kellogg, George Elementary. She also serves Smith, and Jennifer Malugian, Monitor, and Parson Hills. One is on coding at elementary, and one is on a partnership with JV Manufacturing. Innovation is just not thinking creative ideas and coming up with those ideas, it's actually doing them, and that is the Springdale way.
GT is important to keep those high-level students motivated. I also personally believe my school, we go along with it, to whom much has been given, much is expected. So I really ask them to come in and think of ways that we can serve our school and make our school better and our community better. At George Elementary, we have a partner, JV Manufacturing. They helped introduce the recycling in our school, and they helped us realize what we needed to recycle, and what they helped with waste management, was teaching us about things we needed to do. And my students came up through the problem solving about ways to weigh the recycling and give awards to classes that were doing the best to encourage more recycling.
We have to come up with a way to recycle and weigh these recycling bins. And when we showed up, it was very slow and it took a long time, and we don't have that much time in GT, so we had to make it faster. And so it's like an assembly line.
It helps the world to stop polluting the oceans, and it really helps because we can just turn all of that stuff that we recycle into new things that can help our world instead of wasting them.
Gifted and Talented it's actually addressing the needs of our students. There are those kids that need that additional challenge and they need different types of work, and it's giving them that opportunity to explore education through different avenues. It's been great watching them and seeing their different ways that they are able to manipulate coding, and because they're digital natives. They understand things that we don't as adults, and so that's something that it's giving them another opportunity to shine.
I think it'll be able to help me solve different problems in life, and if I ever want to do anything coding related, then I'll be one step ahead.
My favorite part is getting to create games and being basically as creative as I want.
With the future, with technology, I think that this is going to be an area that is going to just grow and grow.
Coding is the future, and so are we.
Good evening. Westwood is one of 2 elementary schools in Springdale and one of 4 in the state that offer the International Baccalaureate program for the primary years. Walter Turnbow Elementary is also an IB school in Springdale. So Westwood's School of Innovation waiver allows for us to approach our state standards a little differently with an integrated approach. So each year, students experience 6 conceptually based units of study that address the IB transdisciplinary theme, which you can see on this placemat in front of you at the top. These 6 themes are addressed every year in a different way. So every unit has a central idea and teacher-developed lines of inquiry. And then after some front-loading, students will then ask their own questions and lead their own investigations into the central ideas. So from year to year, we never know exactly how the unit will go because the students' interests are different and personalized to them. So, for instance, if you look on your placemat, you'll see that there's a pink column that starts with kindergarten on one side and runs down through 1st and 2nd, and then you can flip it over and see the companion 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade units for how the world works. By addressing the content in this way, students have an opportunity to make connections and deepen their understanding throughout their elementary years of how the world works. So I brought a few pictures to show you how this actually plays out. This is an example of 1st graders investigating sound and motion in their classroom. We have some 2nd graders here that are learning about properties and matter, and they're in engineering as they work with Legos in the classroom. These are 4th graders. Every year, with every unit, students create summative projects that are completely driven by their own interest and what they choose to learn about. So they're actually presenting to others about their summative project. And then this is a group of 5th graders as they learn about chemical reactions. So all of these pictures are from the different grade levels in the unit of how the world works. You also have in front of you, I think some of you have discovered them already, our fidget spinners, our EAST program. This is a great example of how entrepreneurship and connections are created. Our fifth graders start the year with a unit that explores economics, and Ms. Cook is showing you the fidget spinner and how that works. These are a super hot item. But that's right. So our students are looking for innovative ways to raise money, and so our East kids have decided to start selling these at our school, and those are 3D printed, by the way, with HAR-BER and Springdale High colors, so you can choose to spin either side, I guess, that you want. So anyway, our goals by the time our students leave Westwood is that they demonstrate the attitudes and the attributes that they will carry with them through the middle school and beyond, and to be able to have their own school experience the way they want it and demonstrate student agency and be the drivers of their own learning. And I did forget to mention, we do make sure that all of our electives, our specialists, art, music, PE, Library Media Center, they're all involved in the units, and these are examples of artwork that go along with how the world works. So I will let Dr. Lofton talk about how this goes in middle school. Yes, sir.
What are these metal parts?
The metal parts are just the bearings that help the weighted spin happen.
Where did you get the bearings?
Oh, the teacher ordered them, I believe, from Bitsbox for online for cents. But if you look online at those, you could pay $20, $30 for fidget spinners. So they really are the hot thing. Yes, and they're actually great for students as a stress reliever, and some kids will, if they have them in their hands, they'll just fidget with them, and then it allows them to focus a little bit better in classrooms. So they're pretty nifty. Yes, sir.
Did the kids learn about the bearings?
Our East kids know everything about the physics behind that, yes. I do not, but our students could tell you all about them.
So I'm wondering if I could borrow one of those so I can focus.
20 bucks.
At middle school, we focus on our potential merit scholars through the Duke TIP program. And so the Duke TIP program is something that we're very proud of, and students have an opportunity to really excel and begin to focus on where they're going. Our goal is to provide a foundation for those potential students as they move on to the high school and to our junior highs. 90 students qualify for Duke TIP by scoring in the 90th percentile of a state standardized norm reference test. They qualify in the 7th grade, and then based upon their scores, they're eligible for recognition at the state and also at the national levels. This particular year, students that scored a 22, these are 7th grade students that scored a 22 on the ACT, received state recognition, and students who scored a 27 are eligible for national recognition, and they can also go to Duke University. We teach our students to embrace this opportunity, to enjoy this experience, and also that the score that they receive is just a beginning point. It's a starting point, and it's not going to be the best score that they receive. You go to the next slide. So a way that we prepare our kids is we identify those students through testing, state testing. In October, we have a meeting with all of our parents and students, and we talk to them about the opportunity that they've been given to take the ACT as a 7th grader. Throughout the course of this time, we provide guest speakers, and we take our students over to HAR-BER High School where they'll be taking the ACT, and we give them a tour of that facility. We want them to walk into that building confident and knowing where they're going the day of testing, and also giving them the information. Believe it or not, they want to prepare, and we want them to be prepared as they walk in, to do their very best. In addition, we meet them there on a Saturday and make sure that they get to testing and are comfortable as they move on. This year we had 162 students that took the ACT, And we had 35 students that qualified for state recognition and 3 that qualified for national recognition. The best part of, I think, Duke TIP is it's an initial beginning for students. We are developing in them a confidence and a belief that they can aspire to merit scholarship. And I would say that we take the information and we share it with our junior highs and high schools so that they can continue to create that pathway for merit scholarship. And lastly, I'll show you a picture. We go down to UALR and we make a big deal out of it because we want our kids to know that they are the cream of the crop and they have some great opportunities. So we go down there with parents and students. We attend the recognition ceremony, and I always tell the students afterwards, then we're going to rush the stage. And Springdale has the biggest presence at that event, and just a great opportunity for kids to see the potential in the future and plan for merit scholarship. So I'm going to introduce Nandra now.
Dr. Rollins' focus on personalization of learning and all means all is the driving force of our schools. I want to highlight some college and career support initiatives at our junior high and high school levels that focus on our district's secondary big audacious goals. Goal 3 is to increase the district's average ACT composite score to 23, and Goal 4 is to increase the number of AP and IB students, the number of prestigious scholarships, and to reach the goal of 10 national merit finalists. First is Naviance or Family Connections. Family Connections is a college and career planning tool that helps students identify strengths and interests, research careers in colleges, and develop a personalized plan of action. A second support system are the college and career opportunities. The school's partnerships have connected colleges and local businesses with students and families. These experiences have engaged and educated the community, parents, and students in college and career exploration. Third is ACT and PSAT support. Our schools continue to provide ACT support through practice tests, tutoring sessions, and access to daily practice apps. We are meeting and developing support programs with our identified 7th grade Duke TIP students and our transitioning 8th through 10th grade students who will take the PSAT. Students who took the PSAT in the fall are linking their scores to Khan Academy for personalized practice. We are highlighting our national merit finalists by creating educational videos that will be shared with all middle and junior high students and families. For the first time this summer, we will offer identified juniors and seniors an opportunity to create a personalized college plan based on individual needs and interests. The plans will be differentiated by grade level and will focus on career and college planning, ACT, PSAT tutoring, college application and essay development, and scholarship and admission processes. Last is Springdale's AP and IB programs. We offer 16 pre-AP courses. In junior high, students can take pre-AP and AP courses. The district's dedication to grow these programs is evidenced in the 5-year data trend. In the past 5 years, Springdale Schools has gone from offering 22 AP courses to 26 AP courses, with 2 more courses being added. The number of students taking AP exams has grown by 12%. The number of AP exams that have been administered has grown by 9%. The Arkansas Ames program has helped build Springdale's AP program. While the numbers of students and tests have grown, an important benefit is the increase in the percent of students scoring 3s, 4s, and 5s on the exams. In the past 5 years, This number has increased by 10%. The number of AP scholars have doubled, which is meeting 140% of our district's big audacious goal, number 4. If we set the bar high, educate parents and students, and give students the tools, they can achieve at high levels. During the next part of our program, you will hear more about our AP program. Mrs. Carol Turley will share about the IB program, and Mr. Joe Rollins will share the SOI pathways. And now a video with Thomas Pittman from Central Junior High as he discusses AP courses at the junior high schools.
Taking a college-level course while in 9th grade could sound overwhelming to some, unless you have a teacher that can help guide you through the awaiting challenges.
Mr. Pittman's a very enthusiastic person.
For the Capitol. All right.
Well, if anybody has ever had the privilege of being in Mr. Pittman's class, they can immediately see his enthusiasm for students and his passion for learning.
What negative thing happened in Brazil that's going to affect their economy?
It makes it more fun, like his personality makes it more fun to be in that class.
Thomas Pittman teaches 9th grade AP Human Geography at Central Junior High School. This is his 39th year, but still feels like it's his first when his students began to understand that they can achieve on high levels.
I think especially in 9th grade, it's their first experience to actually stand out. 9th graders who take the AP program are taking a chance because it's the unexplored area, and we encourage everyone to try, and they are self-motivated.
Information about AP Human Geography prepares students for their future classes. According to this 9th grader, Ethan Graff, he explains how AP Human Geography vocabulary helps him in other academic areas.
We learn a lot of vocabulary which can help benefit our ACT scores and SAT scores if you're taking the SAT. It honestly helps with other classes too, like some of the vocab I learned in AP Human helps with English, and some parts of it connect with biology even too.
As explained by Thomas Pittman, the class is perfect for entry-level AP students and allows for students to get a head start on their advanced track.
They come in not knowing what is going to happen, and basically they're at the end of their 8th grade year, and my challenge as a teacher is to try to get them to pass the exam. Even with freshmen, this is the perfect class, Human Geography, for a freshman to take. It's only 13 chapters, it's very doable, and spacing it out, keeping it under control, keeping them encouraged.
Students who begin their advanced placement coursework in 9th grade will improve their reading skills because they are reading on a college level. AP Human Geography also helps train the students' minds for understanding what they are reading. For Ethan, he knows this work will pay off.
It's a little bit more work, but I think it's worth it.
Hi, I have the honor of sharing about the success of my AP Spanish language students last year. 64 out of 64 earned college credit by scoring a 3 on a scale of 1 to 5 on their AP exam last year. So what I'd like to share is what I call a recipe, because since teaching is much more of an art than a science, we don't always end up with the same results, even if you have the same ingredients. This is a recipe that worked for my students last year, and I called them all year long, and my kids this year, I still call them, they are preparing to become biliterate professionals. Bilingual, where you speak, and biliterate, where you can read and write. It's both college and career readiness preparation. The 3 main ingredients are rigor, relevance, and relationships. I'm sure you're familiar with those 3 words. But you might not be familiar with the fact that my students are not typical AP students. Most of them are not identified as GT. They have the full range of English proficiency levels. Most of them are Spanish speakers, and many of them are first generation high school or first generation college graduates in their family. So you should have some handouts in front of you that show you the AP academic themes that correlate to the IB academic themes. And you'll also have a course overview of the AP Spanish language course that shows you what the exam structure is like. And then you finally would have a copy of the proficiency in workplace scale that shows how language proficiency applies to the workplace. The fact that my students all passed last year means that they all left Springdale schools prepared. Well, if they graduated, they will be leaving. They were all prepared for their careers. The trickiest part is actually doing their speaking recordings, because they have to record their voices in a simulated conversation and a presentation. And that is always really fun because technology doesn't always work. Moving on to the relevance and the relationship side of our course, it takes a team. It's not me, it's the teachers before me who prepare my students. I collaborate with my colleague at HAR-BER on about 50%, if not 60%. We build capacity by working with MAT interns, our administrators support, and we have community guest speakers and judges that help my students grow. That's my HAR-BER colleague. I had to throw her in there. We recruit and support our students from all different walks. You can see the numbers of the grade levels last year, how many were in academy at SHS, band and choir, and sports. We also reach out to the community with AP Parent Night. The picture you see there is our Plaza de Mayo, our International Plaza Day, that we do in collaboration with the IB students. We also have to be adventurous with our recipe, like our tomatina. Last year was our 10th anniversary, but we're being adventurous and trying some new things, different things this year. We also encourage our students to have fun. AP can be really stressful, especially for students who maybe this is their first AP course that they're taking. And so the picture that you see there, we took them last year to the state competition at Harding and swept 3 of the advanced Spanish categories. So finally, last year, the recipe worked, and we got to celebrate this year. Those are the seniors this year from the group last year. And Miss Campbell bought us, and Dr. Smith bought us some cookies that had 100% on, and the kids were pretty excited. They thought that was pretty cool. So now I would like you to be ready for a video from Mr. Stewart.
HAR-BER High School is nationally recognized for its athletic, artistic, and academic excellence. But the key behind this academic success may not just be the great faculty and staff, but the rigorous AP courses that are offered by the district.
It's an advanced placement class that students take. It's an accelerated curriculum.
AP courses are weighted differently, so they're on a 5-point scale instead of a 4-point. It's really like an advanced class, so you're going to go through things a lot faster. You're going to go through a lot more. You're going to go through different ways of learning and different ways of problem solving.
My course in particular, they learn historical thinking skills such as contextualization, how to put an event in a time frame and understand what was going on around that event.
These classes are fast-paced and teach students skills that they can not only utilize in college education, but the career-oriented world as well.
It's very beneficial for your note-taking skills and other skills that you will need in college.
Student benefits from an AP course mainly if they do well enough on the national exam, they get college credit. That saves them time and money as much as anything else. If they're not going into history, or at least in my case, they're not going into it for a history degree, that saves them time. They can take other classes.
I think the biggest benefit that I had was going into college, I knew what a full course load was going to be like for classes, because in AP classes you have a lot of outside homework that you kind of have to stay on top of in order not to get behind, and college is the exact same way. And not being overwhelmed with the amount of work, because really college classes and AP classes are very similar in the amount of work that you have to do. And so that really helped me be able to just fall right into college and not have to adjust once I got there.
From time management skills to studying techniques, an AP class is worth your time. Students have benefited from these classes to help them get a jump in post-secondary education. For the HAR-BER alumni Maggie Rushing, this is an opportunity that you can't pass up.
I would say the biggest thing is just it's a way to challenge yourself. And if you think that college is for you, AP classes are a great way to test that out, because you do get a feel for what it's like to be in college and take college level classes. And it's just a good way to learn analytical thinking, reading and writing skills, which are what you're going to need all throughout your college years. So it pretty much benefits you in every way to take an AP class.
Good evening. I'm thrilled to be here once again in front of you to report on the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program. So Springdale High School's program is one of 5 in the state of Arkansas. So we thank you, Board, for giving us that opportunity to offer such a prestigious program to our students. In May of 2007, we administered 72 exams to our 12 IB seniors, and they were known as IB diploma candidates, similar to what they're known now. And then 10 years later, in May of 2017, we will have 33 diploma candidates sit for exams, so that will be 175% increase of our number of students. Along with them, we will have 31 anticipated candidates sitting for exams. They will sit for 216 subject exams, and that will start, actually, I said May, but it will be April 28th this year, and they will conclude one day before graduation, May 19th. Also, I'd like to report to you that we have 6 of our IB juniors who will be attending the Arkansas Governor School for the Gifted and Talented, so that comes under that, again, the umbrella for GT, and that includes all of our Springdale High School students, so they're all IB students. So, IB is producing graduates, and we have for you a video to show you what a special curriculum it is. We have Jackson Hignite. He's an IB diploma recipient in 2015, and 2 of our IB teachers who will reflect on what a special curriculum this is.
An IB class is a class that follows the IB curriculum, and that's an international curriculum that every student who's in an IB class follows that curriculum around the world.
A challenging course, it's similar to an AP course, except a student would take an IB class in all their subjects, not just subjects that they wanted to take, like math or Spanish.
If you're going to do IB, you need to know the risks. You need to know that you're going to be challenged like you've never been challenged before.
It's challenging, but it's really rewarding, especially when you see the depths that you can get to, and like I said, the connections that you can make with people that are different from you, but they're still taking this class.
With great leaders, it spreads throughout the entire IB community. Everybody's focused on making sure that everybody succeeds. And that's really one of the best qualities that I personally experienced in my high school.
I believe they benefit them in that they'll be more open-minded, they'll be more prepared for college, they'll be better critical thinkers, writers, readers, and just a more well-rounded citizen and ready to take on the world.
The goal is that everybody succeeds. People help people with homework and take time away from their own studies to make sure that other people get their assignments done. It's a family. It's the IB family. And there's so many things about IB that, you know, draw people to it. But the IB family is the support system that really makes IB worthwhile.
My favorite thing is when students come back after their freshman year of college and talk about how college wasn't that big of a deal because they've already done a lot of the hard work to prepare for it.
IB will prepare you for college.
So Jackson tells us we're like a family, and we are. We have developed relationships with the students and have personalized their secondary education through their extended essays, CAS projects, their internal assessments, and the IB courses that they get to choose to study. The students own their education. So with me tonight is one of those brave IB seniors, and who is outstanding. She is very accomplished in what she has already done. This is Diana Lobaton, and she would like to share with you what it has meant to her to be a part of the IB program.
Hi, I'm Diana Lobaton, and first of all, I'm going to talk about why I did IB. So I've taken 2 AP classes and 9 IB courses throughout my high school career, and since I was little, I knew I wanted to go to college, and I also knew that my parents wouldn't be able to afford my college education, and so I knew that I had to work towards getting that financial aid from scholarships. And when I got to high school, I learned about the IB program and about AP classes, and I found out how challenging they were, and that really attracted my attention to it because I like being challenged academically, and I knew that it would help me get that financial aid. And being in the IB program, it's had an amazing impact on my life because being in IB and in other extracurricular activities, I have acquired a great work ethic. And like Jackson Hignite said, it's also because of the people around me who make sure that we get our job done, and everyone is willing to help each other in the IB community, and it's really worthwhile.
Thank you, Diana, for being you. Okay,
Now,
she
had
is
a
one
full
phenomenal
scholarship,
student.
right?
Yes.
I had lunch with her the other day when we were visiting Springdale High School. You want to share that with everybody?
So I have a full 4-year ride to Emory University. So my scholarship money in total, it's $267,000.
Amazing.
So that's what it means about the 2016 Questbridge finalists. She kept her in the running for that scholarship. So you'll see on this slide, she is represented by the Emory symbol there. So our class of 2017 have been accepted to these universities plus additional ones. And we will know in May exactly how much scholarship money will have been offered to them. But right now, our tally is $2 million because the young lady who's going to Rice University got a full ride, the young lady to Georgetown got a full ride, and the young lady at USC. So it is really impactful to us as to what they're accomplishing. So considering these universities and monies, on behalf of the IB students, their parents, and the IB faculty, I want to express our gratitude to each of you for supporting the premier program of study that IB is. Without any doubt, IB helps our students to realize their potential. Our next presenter is Mr. Joe Rollins, principal of Don Tyson School of Innovation.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you. So, just to kind of bring recap to things that I've heard over the last couple of speakers, we've heard partnerships, we've heard academics, accelerated, options, opportunities. So that is the reason that we were created, and the options that we are offering start this way. Our students work through an accelerated high school model, and I won't go through all the tracks with you. I know that you've got copies of these, but just to look at the transition of how we work from English, and then we start to blend classes, making room for that college and career focus toward the end of their high school experience is a basic for all of our students. But then for students that want to take another step, they have an option and an opportunity for 16 hours of college credit. For students who want to take things even another step, they have an opportunity and an option for 60 hours of credit. And this gives me an opportunity to offer some well-deserved credit to Ms. Martfeld, who has really helped bring a tangible model forward from the conversations that we've had. And when parents walk in for the very first time, they get to see these, they get a tangible copy, and then through that personalization effort, they get to sit down with us and have that advising moment where they actually get to sit at a table with their child. They get to crosswalk every one of these classes, every one of these options. When do they want to start looking at college opportunities? When do they want to start looking at career focus? You can see how they can start to chart their pathway all the way from the 8th grade through their senior year and beyond. So that's how we have a chance to personalize, create custom opportunities for kids, and give them an absolute deeper learning experience through this model. I know that the goal is to try and reach all of our students at their level and try and take them to the very personal best that they can get to, because we're trying to reach all students. That's the goal that we have, and that's the charge we've been given. Dr. Smith.
So you've heard some great things. I'm going to just refer back to the staircase of educational excellence that I'm sure you've seen just a few times, but I want to focus just a little bit on those last few steps and just bring out some of the stuff that was said in the videos. So when talking about being career ready, you heard them say that we create future plans and we determine what skills are going to be needed. Then we go up the next step as being college ready. I don't know if you've heard, but that one young man said, I'm reading ninth grade material. In ninth grade, I'm reading college level materials. I am being prepared in ninth grade for those courses that are college level. Then we go into the competition ready. Everything we talked about tonight was competition ready. We talked about the economics Arkansas. We talked about the IB. We talked about the graduation pathways from SOI and what that means for our students. We talked about AP and, of course, national merit and the Duke tip that prepares them for that. And, of course, competition always comes in the form of scholarships. And then if you move down up and we go into the innovation ready step, you heard some things about there are integrations of lessons. There are evidence-based grading, which is slightly different than what we've done in the past. And that plans are being created that are unique to each student. And of course, being innovative in the accelerated pathways at SOI. But one of the things that I wanted to leave you with is, I asked at the beginning if you'd please listen to the words personalization and also the data that was going to be provided. The data that I'm going to reshare with you, I think is so powerful. And I actually couldn't get it all onto one slide, so unfortunately, I had to take out half of the amazing things we're doing so that I could really focus on some of these. But this is what you heard today. We have 35 GT community partnerships, and they're growing continually. We had 162 seventh grade students who took the ACT through the Duke tip. Remember, these 162 are our target for national merit. Of those, 38 of these students received state and national recognition. And if you think about it, we had students that were scoring in the 27s and 28s as a seventh grader. Can you imagine where they will be in just a few years? From Ms. Turley, we heard about the number of IB diploma candidates. We've almost tripled that, and with these specific students, we have almost $2 million in scholarships, and I have no idea where we'll be by the time May comes around and we pull all these together. You heard from Mr. Rollins when he talked about the college opportunities, and these are accelerated college experience opportunities that lead to graduation pathways. Some statistics that Mrs. Campbell stated was, we have 16 pre-AP classes, and currently we have 26 AP courses, and within the next 2 years we will have 28. To put that in perspective, we have some of the largest number of AP courses offered out of the Big Four. We are way far ahead where a lot of districts are. 26 AP courses, this is amazing. When you look at that, we also had 12% increase in the students taking AP exams. And I will tell you, our teachers recruit and support in those AP classes. In addition to this, we had 9% increase in the number of AP exams. This is pretty amazing. Through AIMS set the initiative for us, and as we move forward, we had 10% increase and the number of students that were 3, 4, and 5. And if you think just about a minute, this is over a 5-year period, and you can think about the diversity and the things that have changed in our demographics. And yet during that time, we still increased the number of students scoring 3, 4s, and 5s. This year, we're predicted to administer 2,300 AP exams at both Springdale and HAR-BER High School, and we will also be administering some at SOI. This last one, this AP Scholar, this is pretty telling. An AP Scholar has to have a number of AP exams that they take and actually score a 3, 4, 5. And there's different levels of distinction for AP Scholars, but the idea that in the last 5 years we have doubled that number. And if you think about where our Big Audacious goal was established, we not only have met our Big Audacious goal on that, but we have surpassed it up to 140%, which is pretty amazing. And I know I did not highlight every single thing that happened. I think, again, this would take too many slides. But I just want to close by saying this. This type of data is very telling, and it does not happen by chance. If you will know that Dr. Rollins has a very laser focus on helping support our advanced programs. There's not a conversation that we don't have that it's not how can we support these students, how can we accelerate them, and you can tell by this results right here that we're doing some great things. And I know that we would not be where we are without the support of our school board and without Dr. Rollins' guidance and his leadership for 36 years in striving for educational excellence. So thank you.
If you were a part of this presentation, would you come and stand around the podium for just a moment? Mr. Rogers, would you come up and join us, please?
In trouble now.
Our dear friend, and I mean that so sincerely, Bill Rogers is here representing our Chamber of Commerce. And all of us are trying to share your great work and your great accomplishment. Bill, I'm going to give you the podium. And before I do, Marcia, thank you for putting this together. I'm going to let you react to what you've heard tonight. I think it would help us all.
Well, I would say that, you know, so many of these things we've heard tonight, we've heard in little bits and pieces, and to see it in a full tapestry, it gives you an appreciation of the hard work that is done. I hope you know that our business community understands. Our challenge is to make sure our full community grows in understanding. And even today, I've spent time most of the afternoon working on initiatives that will allow us as a community to do a better job of recruiting those people who move to, I think it's 37 people a day that move to Northwest Arkansas. We want those people to be in Springdale. We want them to have the opportunity to experience what we know is an excellent administration, but even more so, excellent instructional staff, and as we've heard tonight, wonderful students that have and will continue to excel here and in college. So thanks to Rick for the invitation to be here. It was, even though I knew some of this, it was still very enlightening, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you all. Great job. Ms. Foss, will you come down, please? And I think you've got some special guests. Will you will bring, I have contracts in my pocket now. Y'all come on down and let Cynthia, in addition to being one of our most outstanding principals, a state master principal, et cetera, she shares her expertise with young people who are considering teaching as a career. With that as introduction, let us hear from you.
Yes.
Welcome. We're so glad to have each of you.
These are actually principal candidates. They are going through the program at Harding University, and they're taking school and community relations class with me this semester. So one of our assignments is actually to critique a school board meeting. And so I kind of tweaked that a little bit, and I said, come see the school board meeting that you need to see. So I'm so proud of y'all, and just watching this tonight, it always just makes me so proud to be able to show you off and to show them just what excellence really means when you bring your students and your staff before the board. Thank you so much for being that example for us. Yeah. Thank you for having me here.
Y'all come see me, okay? Chris, will you come join us?
Maybe not.
Yes, you. Come right on. Kendra, are you out there somewhere? There she is. We're going to talk just a moment. Ms. Campbell had an opportunity to review the work of this past legislative session that's just concluded with the board today, and she might want to make some summary comments, Mr. President. But I want to thank Ms. Pearson on behalf of the work of the teachers of the state to try to have a voice of balance and reason and progress to help take our state forward. We're very proud of you. Thank you.
No, thank you.
You too. Any comments you have? Thank her. We needed every voice that we could get.
I'm speechless. I didn't know you were going to do that. No, I think this was, I was going to comment on this later. So it was a rough session, but we came through rather unscathed, I think. But it was a team effort. I mean, it was. And we have great teachers and great administrators who just get right on board. And we work together, and we know what bills we need to tackle and what to do, and it was great. But I think we came through pretty well on this one.
I think we did too.
I do.
It was that partnership, I think.
I agree. I agree. So thank you.
Thank you. Kendra, any comments you want to make about the session?
I won't go over everything we talked about earlier. I do want to mention three things. One of them, we all discussed what the new election bill, House Bill 1621, meant as far as dates that you would actually take office. Luckily, the law already addresses it, and it doesn't have an October date, as we thought. It says 10 days after the election dates are certified. You're notified by the county clerk, you take the oath, and then you assume those duties. So that is covered. It would be just within a few short weeks after the election occurred at whatever date you all chose that election to be. I also just want to mention for our friends in the audience who weren't in the work session earlier, House Bill 1607 and 1608 and what those mean for the state. Dr. Slocum and I worked with Representative De La Rosa, who was a tremendous resource through this session for the Springdale School District. 1607 will allow new-to-country ELL students to phase in to the accountability system. The first year, they will not count. They will take the assessment, but will not count. And then the second year, they'll be counted for growth. And then the third year, they'll be fully implemented into the accountability system. House Bill 1607 is now Act 991. And then 1608, which creates a multiple measure system for the A through F assignment, letter grade assignment to schools. So we're certainly proud of those and think they're great assets to the state. Do you have any questions? I know we talked about a lot. There's a lot of information in the material that I gave you earlier. Are there any questions that have come up since we've moved downstairs? Okay. Well, thank you all. Is there anything else, Dr. Owens, you want to?
Mr. President, I believe we're on item J on the agenda, about to complete this first section. I was so honored to be with representatives from our board just a week or so ago with the National School Boards Association. I think our community needs to get all the information they can, and my goodness, what a wealth of that type of information we've shared here tonight. But at the National School Board Association meeting, our School of Innovation was recognized by the National School Board Association as a Magna award-winning program. We were very proud to be a part of that. I think there were 13 districts from across the country that were recognized in that process. And there's a nice article in the National School Board Journal that you get a copy of today chronicling that move. We're continuing to try to take our district forward on all fronts. There's a term I like, and I know you're familiar with it. It's referred to as quality management principles. And really, if you can identify all the entities that constitute a school system, and if you can use the resources that you have to bring those respective entities forward in a balanced way, you can begin to define excellence in a continuously improved process. So I think we're committed to that. I think we've been committed to it, and I know this board has for years and years, and so I thank you. Mr. President, any comments you want to make about the participation in the National School Boards Association? Then I will yield to Ms. McFetridge, who was also a part of that process.
It was a great trip, as always. I think I can speak for everybody that was there that I think they got it wrong. I think we should have won. But, you know, we were...
Well, it gives us a stretch for next time, doesn't it?
Exactly.
We'll just be right back.
You know, we were at least in the discussion, but, you know, I'm a little disappointed that we didn't win the whole thing. But like I said, we'll just have to retool and do it again. So other than that, there were some great breakout sessions, learned a lot, as always. Had some good networking opportunities, had some good food, good fellowship. So it was good. As far as I'm concerned, overall, a very productive trip. Kathy?
I really enjoyed it as well. They had, I thought, better workshops this year, although they were a little hard to get into because they filled up right away.
Some were full, weren't they?
But I loved hearing from Ruby Payne. I had been to another one of her workshops several years ago, but her knowledge on poverty and children living in poverty and families living in poverty was amazing, and I got really a lot from her comments that morning. Another workshop I went to that I thought was really interesting was the medical marijuana workshop, and really didn't know anything about it, medical marijuana, but how it can benefit children that have a severe seizure disorder, and what their district went through to develop their policy so that children that really needed the medicine could get it while they were in school. But it's quite a process because of the federal law and their state law and how they conflict each other. And so the policy really addresses that, and I'd love to sit down with you and Ms. Clay, because I really learned a lot of information. So, you know, at first I think we kind of chuckle because we think it's just something that people use as an excuse to maybe get high, but there really is a medical purpose, at least for those children that are fragile, that have many seizures and nothing else seems to work. So it was, that part of it was very eye-opening for me. Like I said, I'd love to sit down and share the information that I got. So.
Very good. If we can slow down just a little bit, you know I'm a note taker, and I think I have two tablets, and one of them front and back. Got quite a bit to review. Well, thank y'all for sharing that for sure. Dan, let me start with you and go to Michelle and Mike. Thoughts, comments about today's work session? I think we had a full agenda, a very powerful agenda today. And I wonder what you took from that.
I don't have two tablets of notes, and I'm certainly not going to read all my notes, but I just thought we'll see if anything jumped out at me. And I guess the thing that jumped out at me most was the legislation, the De La Rosa deal. How long has that been an issue for this school? This district, that we felt like we got shortchanged?
I think the way I would respond to that is I think there's so much higher ground that we can get to beyond a one indicator accountability system. And I know the board heard this today, but Dr. Slocum, Dr. Smith, Kendra worked diligently to at least bring to the table the awareness that we all share in that if you're going to paint a picture of school performance, you need to look at it from a broad perspective because there's so many issues that influence the quality in every school system. And all of us owe these three great educators a real vote of appreciation.
First time that I was exposed to the scores, and we seem to score lower than other districts unless you pulled out a certain population. Well, then we were with everyone else. And in business, you know, if you got a report like that, I always joke, well, you wrote an alibi report. You wrote a memo to send it to the boss and explain why it was, and that was it. Well, it seems like within 90 days after seeing that, you came to us and started showing us a program where we wouldn't fix the grading system of those test scores, but we would prepare our kids, to all of our children, to better compete. And so it's not a big issue with us now that it used to be, and that's all because of the work.
Well, you're very kind. Michelle, any comments about today's work session?
Everybody did an A-level performance, even Kelly.
So you changed the grade, did you?
I did change the grade. It was a lot of work, and I appreciated all of the information. Like Danny, the information about all of the new bills and laws that are coming through really helped me see it better and help me understand how it's going to affect us and affect the district. And then I always love hearing from our teachers, so I thought that
That was the neat
with
part.
Dr. Moore was really a neat, and especially when they really like something. I mean, we often hear, you know, hey, this isn't going well, or this isn't, but it's exciting when you actually see on their face that I enjoy this. This is exciting. I can't wait to take it back to my kids. I can't even wait for next year. And that it just makes me happy. I mean, it's neat to see, and it's neat to see them enjoy it. And I can't wait to see, you know, the benefits that we're going to get from kids wanting to read all the time. So that's just awesome.
Mike?
Mine's not quite as good as Michelle's, but I mean, I think just the way that we kind of started the day with talking about School of Innovation and how to financially make that work and the pieces that all have to come together, and then Kelly kind of wrapping us up towards the end of the day in terms of the financial picture of the district and the past and going forward. I think it just gives me a great appreciation for, you know, there's lots of moving parts here, you know, trying to figure out what is around the next corner in terms of what can we afford to do, what makes sense. Don't get the district in financial trouble. I know you don't do that. We've got good fund balances. I'm thankful for that. We're able to do some things without having to go for a millage increase. And I think there is times that we do need to get a millage increase. I'm not completely against the concept, but I'm thankful that some of these things that you and your team have put together in the short term anyway, it looks like we can do it because there's been some good planning and different things like that. So thanks for reminding us of that.
Thank you all. Mr. President, you want to summarize this section?
I really don't have anything more to add to what my colleagues have said. It's as always, the work sessions is one of the, I think, one of the best things we do each year, along with the school lunches that we go, you know, where we visit each of the schools. I get more out of those two things than probably anything else. So, very appreciative of everybody bringing it all. I mean, we kill a few trees in the process, but it's amazing the information. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. It's amazing the information we get, and it's good stuff to have. So I appreciate all the hard work that goes into that. So.
Would you like to stretch, take a break?
Please.
Let's do that, and then we'll come back and wrap our agenda up. Thank you all, board. something. Whatever you want to bring, it'll be fine.
The ones I fidget cube. I love these. I've been,
Camden makes those.
I have been so upset that all the kids at dance had them, and I didn't have one. And now, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm pretty darn excited.
Is he selling them online or something, or?
He just makes them. He just,
Well, he needs to sell them, it sounds like.
he uses skateboards and takes the things out of the old skateboards that he finds, and he traces and cuts and puts them together. And then you might be
Jared, I believe we're
my
ready.
wife
Done?
I hate sometimes, which is not good. My youngest. He's an interesting kid. I went home one day and he had taken all the match ends that he could find and put tied them up in aluminum foil. You know, you can light into aluminum foil. You know, shoot off like a rocket.
Oh, is that yours? I believe that's yours, buddy.
Like, you can't do that.
I want to stuff that.
Oh, you do. You do. He's just interested in things.
We had one of those thrown in our driveway back in the day.
Wasn't him and Luke on the same O&M team,
Uh-huh.
my grandson?
They just won. They're going to World. Yeah.
I hear you're going.
That's my understanding as well, yes.
Well, good, then I'm not gonna worry at all.
No, don't worry, I'll be right there.
Where's it at?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Yes. I go to Michigan.
Yeah, I think,
It's too
we
bad
have,
it's not Ames, but
yeah, we
it's a
have,
little closer.
we have many that are headed to World, and I think they have a chance to really produce. Really do. They're
That's
pretty good,
exciting.
pretty creative.
We're ready.
Oh, okay. All right. You heard me today for almost 2 hours, so I will not, I know that I'm risking my A, Ms. Cook, but I'll do my very best to just slide through here with you. I submitted to you in your artifacts there all of the certified and classified employees that requested to retire, to resign, or requested their contracts to be renewed. And we do this every year. This is customary, and it provides you an opportunity to know where they are and what they do. Overall, the main important points here, right now from the intents to return, we have 18 certified people that have requested their retirement opportunity, and so they're going to move on into that realm. 14 have said they're resigning for a multitude of different reasons, so 31 total are resigning or retiring. We had 9 that were on leave for one reason or another, whether they're having a child, extending their degree program, whatever. 3 of those have elected to resign. Of the 9, and 6 will be returning. So that's good news. It looks like if everything were to hold, and it never does, it would be not so difficult of a year to hire. But it never does. It never does. We're looking forward to lots of fun. On the classified side, there are 8 that have declared that they will retire and 13 that are resigning. And as you know, with our classified staff throughout the school year, we have a constant roll. So next month, I think I'll be asking you to approve the resolution that's typical of the year for us to begin that hiring process. So we have pretty much everything on hold. We have several teachers that are on a 1-year only. And with our current situation in regard to students, we are looking to see if we have the students before we approve the positions to be posted. So we're going down that road. Do you have any questions about personnel? Okay. All right. As far as facilities, I had a fun time talking about facilities. It's a lot of fun to me. Just the big nuggets for the people in the room. We have the 2 media centers at Tyson and Walker. They're on track. They'll be ready to bid before too long. We're expecting about $1.5 million for each. Beyond that, Springdale High School's athletic facilities, dirt's moving. They're beginning to make some really good progress. And as you know, $3.5 million was our guaranteed maximum price for that. So, anything else you'd like to discuss? Okay.
Was spring break beneficial? I mean, as far as if y'all had like a massive amount of things that you were trying to get done spring break with facilities, did you get everything?
Our maintenance staff, the entire team, do excellent work. They didn't take a spring break. They got busy. So they did excellent work. And while I was off, they were back here doing that work, and I'm very appreciative of that. But yes, we have a multitude of summer projects. We'll bring those forward, and you'll be able to see those at some point, and should be a lot of fun there too. Yes, sir.
Time frames on the Walker and Tyson thing?
Well, Brad, when do you expect us to be able to go to bid? This is Brad Chilcote from WD&D.
Scheduled to get the drawings to the contractor into this week, middle of next week, and then they're advertised the week after that. There'll be a 4-week bidding process and a 3-week vetting process, and we hope to come to you, I believe, in the June school board meeting with a guaranteed maximum price, depending on how prices come in.
And then it'll take how long before they're online?
Probably 9 months, so, it'll be spring of, I guess that will be 19, spring of 18, spring of 18, it'll be ready. The goal was to get the dirt moved this summer and get some footings poured before school starts up, so all the heavy machinery is out of that area. Excuse me, I'm not right up on the map.
And then the athletic stuff at Springdale?
It's about an 8 to 9 month build, so we're looking at trying to have the baseball fields and all ready to practice on in spring. The track should be playable, track and soccer.
In the spring?
Yes.
As well, okay.
So they're expecting to do that. Tennis courts should, as soon as they're up and ready to go, they're ready to play. Any other, did I miss anything, any gaps?
I think it's great.
All right.
Give them good information all day long. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much.
She's back.
Back again. You have in your materials request to approve 3 students for out-of-district transfer. They're all from Huntsville. One student is a 5th grader, and then we have a set of siblings that will be going into kindergarten and 4th grade. So I'll be happy to answer any questions. Otherwise, I'd ask that you approve these out-of-district transfers.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Mrs. Cook, a second by Mrs. McFetrich to accept the 3 transfers. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Thank you.
Board, and Dr. Rollins, I have 3 items for you this evening. The first one is a financial update on the various building projects, and my report is that there is no update because we didn't make any payments on either of the 2 projects. They're nearing completion, and I think I do have one on my desk now for the SOI, but in the month of March, we did not make any payments on those. So that's the same thing you saw last month. I do have 2 disclosures for related parties that I do need to get board approval. The first one is with Ready Rooter. We have disclosed this one before. Ready Rooter, the ownership of Ready Rooter, we have an employee whose spouse owns that company, and we do contract with them to do plumbing work. And so we will disclose this to the state, this relationship to the state, and seek approval from them. And then the second resolution is for Anders Horn. This is the son of one of our employees who was contracted to do some art work. I anticipate it being a one-time thing. So anyway, I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have about that.
I move to approve the resolutions, the one on page 146 in our agenda, and also resolution on page 149 in our agenda.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion by Mrs. McFetrich and a second by Mr. Luttrell to approve these resolutions. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
And the final item that I have for your consideration this evening is the monthly financials for the month of March 2017. You have the information there in front of you. You can see our revenue report is about where it was this time last year. We would have been ahead this year. However, a excess commission check that we received last year in the month of March has been delayed. So we will get it in April this year, or we would probably be 1% or 2% ahead of where we were this time last year. On the expense report, you can see our expenses year-to-date. The percentage is lower than we were at this time last year. So we're looking good.
I'll make a motion, we accept the financial statements as presented.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Luttrell and a second by Mr. Dodson to approve the financials as submitted. Is there any further discussion about that? If not, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Thank you very much.
All right.
I believe we have representatives
We
from
do.
our Springdale Education Association.
Several.
Right here. There she is.
Okay, I'm going to try and make this brief. I know you guys have to be tired. SEA has been very busy this past month. We're working on teacher appreciation gifts for the first week of May, and working on our end of the year party. Today we had our election for annually for our officers and also for our executive board. And I'd like to thank everyone here on the school board so much for welcoming me this year. As you know, I stepped in as our other president resigned, and so I have elected not to be president again. So we have elected a new president that I'm going to introduce you to tonight. And also, I'm still staying busy on the state level with Arkansas Education Association. I'm a board member there, and I'll stay on the Springdale board member as well. So I'd like to introduce you to Corey Tucker. She's young, energetic. I felt so old tonight. A couple of the students up here I had in second grade. And so, yeah, I'm ready to pass the torch. Here she is. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Corey Tucker, and I am a first grade teacher at Young. I was a fourth grade teacher, and I taught Mr. Luttrell's son, Nick. So I'm very excited, and I am looking forward to supporting our students and our teachers in a great partnership with y'all. And yeah, I'm excited. So it's great to be here tonight. This is my first school board meeting. It was eye-opening and so amazing to see all of the great things that are going on in our district. The secondary level things are amazing, and it's really neat to see how my job in elementary kind of leads up to that. So I'm very happy to be here. So thank you.
We look forward to having you in the future.
We're very glad
Thank
to have
you.
you. Chris, come
Thank
back
you.
if you need to. Welcome, Corey.
Thank
We're
you.
glad to have you.
Excited to have Corey. I wanted just a minute
Sure.
of y'all's time. I won't take long. I want to just say again, I'm glad we made it through legislative session. It was rough, but I appreciate that we worked together. Just wanted to say that again. And I already had it on my notes. I was very happy about the work that we did with Representative De La Rosa. She spoke highly of Megan and Kendra. And as a matter of fact,
Quite a team.
yes. As a matter of fact, SEA sent her a card tonight, different cards of thank you.
Good.
So we plan on inviting her to different meetings and get-togethers, and we had a luncheon in Rogers with her last week. She wants to work with the schools,
Yes,
so
she
she's
does.
going to be an asset. 3 years ago this week, I started this job, and I had no idea what to expect and was literally scared to death the first time that I met with Dr. Cleveland. As I have said before, I know. He is pretty scary. The thing that struck me the most when I met with him is he said, kiddo, we've got 2,700 opportunities to work together. And when he said that, of course, is my first week or so, I was overwhelmed. But as I have worked in this job for 3 years now, I see that it has not been 2,700 opportunities. It's been over 20,000 opportunities to work with kids. Because I see that everything that we do, I then come here and I see how it impacts our kids, or I go into a building and I see people like Julie and Corey and the things that they get from our PD or training or just talking to each other, and it's going on in the classroom. So I really appreciate those thousands of opportunities since I don't have my own classroom anymore. But I do want to say thank you to you for our partnership. We have a great relationship. We talk, and I mean, you've never seen me up here for a grievance, so I think that's pretty good. 3 years, we've never had a problem. Last year I stood up here and I spoke about Jeremy White, and I may have embellished a little. No, I'm kidding. He is. I felt strongly enough about it to say something again tonight. I have 35 school districts, but I have yet to meet someone who cares this much about his staff as Jeremy does. We constantly talk to each other and work together about how can we make sure that the custodians understand their rights and their responsibilities. Because I don't want them to just say, I have a right to this, I have a right to this, but a responsibility to be at work on time, a responsibility to do the best they can for these kids. And he's a great partner. So I felt compelled to, again, say something to you tonight. And thank you so much for him and his leadership. And I would definitely not want to leave off Miss Clay. This is with her first year here. I was nervous that I was going to be talking with an attorney because I'm not one. I don't even play one on TV. So I was very nervous about dealing with it. She is the sweetest person ever. We've had many. I didn't make that noise. That was her. But we've had many conversations, and what I really respect about her is that we can bounce ideas back and forth, and she never says, nope, Chris, I don't agree with you, and I have never, ever thought, I don't agree with you, Kendra. We absolutely have a great relationship, so I want to thank you for that tonight. And I would definitely, I realized that I left these ladies off last year, and I should not have. You have representatives in this front foyer that are amazing. I have, from the first day that I came here until just last week when I was here last, Karen and Leanne and Patty are amazing. I have never felt more welcome as when I walked through those doors. And I don't think I've ever said a nice thing to anybody but them about them. And that's a shame because they truly are a representation of Springdale Public Schools. So thank you for all that you have done for me in the last 3 years to welcome me into your school, and I look forward to the next however many they'll let me do this job. So thank you, and thank you again tonight for the recognition. Thanks, guys.
I believe that concludes our agenda.
Meeting adjourned.
Can I talk to you for a second? Can I talk to you for a minute?